The regular meeting of the City Council of Connersville is now in session. Please rise. We'll have Councilwoman Diana Wilson Phillips will give us the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll have our invocation by Reverend Richie Ware.
Pastor, before you pray, would you please remember the Marine that was killed yesterday in Iraq?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Please,
sir.
his family.
Father, we come to you, seeking you, Father, for our county and our city and our nation and our state. Father, we pray for the fallen soldier who has lost his life and all that have lost their life in the betterment of liberty and justice. Father, I ask that you give this council wisdom and honor and direction for the people of our city. God, that you would entrust them and lead them and guide them and their families and uphold them, Father, as they try to use the wisdom that you have given them to make the decisions for others. We ask this in your Son's name, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir, very
Thank you,
much.
Richie. Everybody please silence their phones, please.
You hear? Yeah, it did. It broke.
Okay, we'll have roll call, please.
Councilman Frank?
Present.
Councilman Bishop?
Present.
Councilman Nobby?
Here.
Councilwoman Montgomery?
Present.
Councilwoman Phillips?
Present.
Councilman Nettie?
Present.
Councilwoman Durham?
Present.
Okay, we have everyone here tonight. Thank you for coming. Okay, you have the minutes of the last meeting of April 17th. Is there any additions or corrections? If not, I'll entertain a motion to be passed as presented.
So moved.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. I'm gonna have Tom, would you come up now, please?
Thank you, Mayor, ladies and gentlemen of Common Council. I would like to talk to you about something very near and dear to your heart, trash. Friday, at Friday will be our free, what we refer to as our Free Friday at the Connersville Transfer Station. If you are a resident of the city of Connersville, you can bring one pickup truck load of general household waste to the transfer station between 8 and 4:30. There is restrictions. No construction waste, no tires, no refrigerant appliance, no bricks, dirt, so forth, so on. ID will be required. You folks have any questions? Oh, yes, and we're going to try to do this in October if we can, finances permitting.
Okay.
You want to mention anything about the shred coming up?
Oh, thank you. If everything works out okay and we don't have the railroad track tore up, May the 13th, which is on a Saturday, we're going to do our community with the Fayette County Solid Waste District Community Shred Day, where you can bring sensitive documents as long as you live in Fayette County, and we will have the shredding company will be there. We try to have this in the last 5 or 6 years, every second Saturday in May and second Saturday in October. But that is permitting that our railroad crossings not
Brad, have you heard
tore up.
anything from Newberry on the railroad about anything?
I sent him an email today, but I haven't heard back yet.
Okay. We are gonna repair the crossing.
Thank God.
So, once that gets there, that's gonna take about 4 days, so the only things that we're gonna have, they're fixing the road up now to take our trash trucks and, the fire trucks. That particular few days, there will be no residential for the fact that, we're gonna have it fixed, we're gonna have the closed to be fixed, so they're gonna replace 3, how many rails is there? About 6?
3.
Yeah, the 3 rails. And so we'll let you know as that comes. So it could be one of those things where they're going to call and say, hey, we're here, and it'll be shut down.
How
So,
are we gonna handle city trash?
Well, that, if I may, Mayor.
Go ahead.
I'm
What-
sorry, I didn't
No, no,
hear you.
when I met with the mayor and with Mike, Chad, I think, can back me up on this. What the mayor and Brad were wanting to do, Mike, is build a temporary road for the city garbage trucks. They would come in twice a day, of course, a semi. And then, in the event we need an ambulance or a fire truck at the utilities, they have access to that, but it would be closed down to the general public. Now, if we don't accommodate the city, you're looking around $250 an hour to rent another garbage truck. Because it would take two packers to run the city, and they would have to go to Morristown.
What if we just as a suggestion to Daryl, what if we just put a couple extra dumpsters down at your place for people to bring their trash if we got in an overload situation?
They can't, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt,
Go
but
ahead.
you can't do that. The waste has to go to the Connersville Transfer Station or to a licensed landfill. You can't dump a municipal waste in a parking lot, so to speak.
Well, there's two dumpsters down there, we do it
Those
now.
are recycling dumpsters.
No,
No, one is trash and one is.
Oh, I'm sorry, I wouldn't realize that.
that's the reason I asked the question.
Oh.
But it's for your use,
But it is for our use.
not the public use.
Okay,
yeah, okay.
something to think about.
And Daryl and I, we've all talked about this, you might as well talk about the compost site.
The mayor advised me Friday, we had temporarily, a few months ago, just had, the compost site was open on Tuesdays and Thursdays, when an individual's there to monitor what came in, because we had some people drop some chunks of cement and railroad ties and paint, so we restricted it, and due to the fact we have yard waste and so forth, so we want to go back to what the sign says. Out front of the transfer station, it says we have compost Monday through Friday, 8 till 4:30, and Saturday from 8 till 11:30. So I wish people didn't do that, but
Yeah.
unfortunately that does happen.
Brad, we have completed our borings down there, have we not?
We've got the people lined up that are gonna do it.
Okay,
It's in process.
okay.
And you have yard waste pickup now, beginning today,
Beginning today, first and third.
first and third Monday of each month until the fall, I assume.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Tom.
Any questions by anybody on council?
Thank you, Tom.
Okay,
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good evening. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, now we'll go to item 3, Rosemary.
B through H are resolutions. Resolution 2017-21 is to reimburse $19.99 into the cable TV minor equipment account. Resolution 2017-22 is to reimburse $49.98 into council office supplies. Resolution 2017-23 is to reimburse $29.90 into the fire gear appropriation. Resolution 2017-24 is a reimbursement for $1,237 into first aid minor equipment. Resolution 2017-25 is to reimburse $3,776.04 into the police vehicles appropriation. Resolution 2017-26 is in the amount of $600 to reimburse police telephone appropriation. Resolution 2017-27 is to reimburse $650 into the council other contractual.
I move we pass resolution 2017-20 through 2017-27.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, go down to pending ordinance 3333 on drug-free workplace. Diane?
We've
we've been doing a little housekeeping on our ordinances. The Connersville Utilities is getting ready to apply for an Okra grant, a planning grant in the very near future. And this is just updating our last one. Drug-free ordinance was done in 1993. So we're just updating it, bringing it up to date with the guidelines that Okra puts forth.
I had a couple questions on that.
Sure.
Under section 3, it says any legal, and I'm just reading all the way down the bottom, it says any legal substance found on such premises may be turned over, and it talks about various drugs. Turned over to the state police, it said may lead to criminal prosecution. Why do we have may instead of will,
Instead of shall.
or shall, or whatever?
Beth, you wanna speak to that?
Tell me again where you're
It's in
citing.
section 3, the last sentence.
Page,
Section 3.
Page 1.
page
Page
1.
Right here.
Yeah.
That's our housing.
Okay,
Well,
let me
wouldn't
see
they have to be
that.
proven guilty?
Well, just prosecution doesn't mean have to prove.
Well, I would say because you can turn this over to the police, but only a prosecutor decides
Yeah.
whether or not they're gonna file a charge.
Okay, so that's the
So,
only reason why.
Yes.
I just, cause the only thing I was worried about is that maybe somebody would interpret that as, well, I don't have to turn it in, which I believe they should turn that in.
Well,
Well,
you,
it says will
and
be
it can
turned
be
over.
turned in every time, but that doesn't mean they're gonna be prosecuted.
And then the other, I had one other question too, and it's on the third page. It said, City of Connersville, Indiana will not ask employees to submit to random alcohol or drug tests. Why do we not do that?
That's in the current ordinance now. The cost is so prohibitive to do that. We've never done run. I've worked here 14 years and never been drug tested.
I'm just saying though, if we have it in there, then we could.
Right.
Not that we necessarily would have to.
I think the police contract has a provision with no drug testing, as I recall. I mean, every contract is different, but as I recall, I believe the FOP contract specifically provides that they will not be, except if there is an accident. If there's a traffic accident with property damage or personal injury, the law provides that there will be testing. But other than that,
If I understand correctly, all CDL drivers at the utilities and street department.
They're random.
They're random drug testing.
right,
Yes.
exactly.
But
They have to be.
it does say it gives us the opportunity to do if there's an unsatisfactory job performance, you know, if suspicion, I assume.
Well, and I think you want to give your department heads who know the employees and know their job performance the discretion and ability to do that, but it doesn't mean that they necessarily would have to.
Well, I agree, but I think when you take that out, then they don't have the discretion to, because it says they will not be subjected.
Well-
Instead of having the ability to be subjected to.
I didn't bring the police contract, but I believe that their contract states that they will not be, as I recall. So we couldn't test them because their labor agreement provides that we can't, unless, as I said, there's an accident or something like that.
And that just means that department would be the only one
Right.
out, right?
Right.
The way people park out in the street and hold up traffic. I sat through 2 stoplights the other day for this van to get in there, and I'm telling you, it's an accident waiting to
It
happen.
is. And they have people taking orders, standing out and taking orders when there's nobody in line. I mean, it's, until somebody gets
I
a
think-
citation or something for sitting out there.
I think we
they're
have
gonna do
talked
it.
to them
We
one
have
other
talked
time.
They-
And I don't think
I
we
think
really.
they've been cited before.
It seemed like it helped for a little while, but now I'm starting to hear that it's blocking.
It's
that people
bad.
are blocking again, so we'll keep an eye on it and see.
It's gonna cause a wreck. It's just, I mean, I'm not a forecaster.
Well, I
but-
went by, I was going west, and there were actually 2 vehicles out in the street waiting to get in, 2 of them. A lot of times you'll see one, you know, but there were
I
2 of them.
put something in the paper last year. It is a jailable offense.
Well, the
Yeah,
thing that
I-
concerns
You block
me
traffic.
about it
Yeah.
It's
is,
really not wise.
Well, the thing that concerns me with all the road rage that's going on now,
Yeah,
I mean, somebody gets frustrated and the next thing you know, they're out of the car duking it out in front of McDonald's. And that's not what we want. It's a serious problem, it is. I mean, there's a way to fix it if they would do it. I mean,
They have, and I will give them credit, they have made attempts to get a rebuild. The rebuild was offered right in the same spot that they're in now, which isn't gonna correct anything. They have made attempts. The manager is constantly attempting to get a resolution.
Matter of fact, a few months ago, I think I did see a police officer pull up behind one of the cars and get him in the lot. And I don't know if he ticketed him or whatever, but he did get him
I
in the
know
lot.
they're doing it. I actually got a complaint from a lady who ran off. Because she didn't think she should have been asked to leave.
is there any
So
way,
I
Miss
know they're
Beth,
doing,
that-
I know they were checking.
is there any way, Miss Beth, that the city could be liable if there was an accident there?
No, it would be the people blocking traffic.
I know that.
No,
I was
I
just,
don't think so, no.
I don't know, but
yeah,
something needs to be
it's,
done.
yeah, it's bad.
We've talked about it, and then we'll have a wreck, and then we'll,
And this has been going on for a number of years. I mean, we
It
talked
has.
about this last administration.
Seems like it keeps getting worse though.
It gets better, then it gets worse, gets better, then it gets worse, gets better.
Well, I did talk to I do know that something really busy, I don't know if they've been in there when it was really busy or not, because I didn't go there today, but, yeah, it's definitely something that,
Solve the problem.
okay.
the problem is slow ordering at the, I mean, it seems to move through, but it's just people coming in there, and I don't, that's the problem at the drive-up window, because I've not noticed that. People are on them, and you're on them because you're sitting there waiting, but the problem is people just, they've gotta pull in there. I mean, and it's just, I don't know why they think they can take that either lane up for 2 or 3 stoplights, and it has happened. I've sat there before behind people getting ready to turn left.
Well, I do know that the police have, because I've seen them do it myself, so.
Like I said, I know they do because I actually got a complaint about it.
Okay, open it up to the public forums. Anybody got anything out there they'd like to talk about?
Saturday, opening day.
Baseball opening day, that's right.
Okay.
Starts at 9 o'clock, the parade does.
1 o'clock.
Is it 1 o'clock? Good. Okay. If nobody's got anything else, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say by saying aye.
Aye.
Adjourn.